And breaking just now, we've been following power outages numbers in northern Indiana over the last half an hour. The Northern Indiana Public Service Company reports that now there's more than 76,000 people without power. That's up from 56,000 just about 30 minutes ago, Phil.
Yeah, things are changing in the weather department. I'm here with meteorologist Drew Narsutis, and getting a little interesting outside.
Yeah, towards the northwest, they had some strong storms, and we're now seeing sort of the outcome of that. However, tomorrow night, I think these strong storms could be potentially in all of our neighborhoods, so we need to be careful. I've been taking a look at those power outages, and yeah, it seems like as the storms rolled through, more and more of those outages, especially in the very northwest out near Lake County, conditions are looking pretty bad power outage-wise. That doesn't extend all the way out into, well, it does get into LaPorte, but not St. Joseph's and South Bend. However, we are going to keep an eye out for eventually some of these storm to move into our forecast tonight here in central southern parts of the state. But as of now, we're still quiet, relatively comfortable out there, breezy, a little shake to some of our webcams outside, and the entire state is in on a mild but maybe not similar forecast out there. The one thing that's changed, of course, is where those storms could end up forming. But if you're not under storms, it's a little sticky outside, not the most uncomfortable, but you know, we haven't had so many of these days back to back to back like we will in the summer, so we can handle a somewhat sticky evening out there, especially because it gets more comfortable over the next few days. Unfortunately, we'll have to get to through one more wave of storms tomorrow night before we get to enjoy the weekend weather. At the moment, we can see they continue to take away more and more of this tornado watch. It looks like, yeah, there's some pretty bad storm action, a confirmed tornado out in south central Michigan, but this sort of wave of the cold front looks like it got a lot of its energy transferred up northwards, and so we're doing much better tonight than we certainly could have. This is going to be the big issue moving into tomorrow, the cold front from this system. We're just going through the warm front, so if that's made as much headlines out in Wisconsin, now Michigan, it looks like we could see a lot worse weather all across the Midwest, including us here tomorrow. Now tonight, there is still a chance. A few models suggest there could be a straight pop-up storm or two down south, Bloomington, Columbus, maybe even here in Indianapolis. Only time will tell, but that should not be severe, and most of tomorrow will be bright and warm, not as hot as today, not as humid as today, but still enough to eventually fuel some storms. And again, this run of the future cast is putting up quite a few formidable looking storms in our region throughout the evening hours, basically from 5 p.m. all the way till about bedtime. So we will keep an eye on Indianapolis and many others in central Indiana, but it's really Columbus, Bloomington, Terre Haute, further south we are the most concerned of going into tomorrow night. Here in Indianapolis, damaging wind, large hail, and even isolated tornadoes are still in the possible realm for us, but it's down south where a much greater risk of those occurring, and maybe even significant tornadoes if we get really unlucky. That would be something greater than an EF1 or an EF2, so we don't want to play around tomorrow night. For this evening, first wave of those two is moving through. It's not actually all that bad here in central Indiana at the moment. Keep an eye on a pop-up or two tonight. Tomorrow, mostly dry until the late afternoon, early evening hours, where again that severe risk 5 p.m. and beyond will be in our forecast. We will keep it in mind, but hopefully keep in mind that after that we get to really, really nice weekend conditions, right around average for this time of year. Plenty of sunshine, just in time for all the fun going on down here in the Circle City. Hopefully some fun in your neighborhood as well. Next week we will reintroduce some showers and storms, but it's likely Tuesday or Wednesday are the only days truly impacted by that.